Good morning and welcome to Washington Profiles. I am your host for today, Matt Bryant. We're here today with Mike Zahs, and Mr. Zahs, as many of you know, is involved with a number of different things. Today we're here to talk about the Red Chamber Music Concert that's upcoming at the Ainsworth Opera House. But before we do that, I do want to thank our title sponsor, KCTC. So thank you to Casey and all the gang at KCTC and help make this possible and many other things possible with their high-speed internet and all the things that they do. So, Mr. Zahs, you're putting on your promoter hat for a concert today. I know you wear many hats, but this one particularly is the Red Cedar Chamber Music Concert, which will be October 11th at the Ainsworth Opera House. So a lot of exciting things tied to that and planned around that. And so I will let you kind of tell the story of how it happens or what is happening and how it got started and all that good stuff.
Well, I've worked with Red Cedar Chamber Music for over 20 years. And they've changed my life in a number of ways, but one of them was they were the first people that promoted the Britton Collection, which led to the movie, which led me to be able to go all over the world with that. So I've worked with them in New York City and Washington, D.C., and Orcas Island out in the Puget Sound and just all over. And the unique thing about that is I am totally non-musical. But they say that I am the only non-musical person that has ever appeared with them, and I have done it many, many times.
So, not to interrupt, but the Red Cedar Chamber. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself there. Is that a local group? Is that a national group? International group?
It is a group that is based in Marion and Cedar and Iowa City.
Okay,
and they've been going for, 30 some years, I think. And the starting couple that started it are retired now, but still advise it.
Okay.
And it's been great fun to travel with them. And I got to speak on Times Square in in New York City about them because there was a chamber music festival there, and they wanted to know how chamber music could come to small towns.
Okay.
And we got to help write some grants. I remember the first national grant that we wrote was through the Ainsworth Opera House, and one of the comments was that more people come to a concert to hear in pickups than probably any other concert location.
That happens. Rural Iowa, right?
Yep. And I try to always match a meal with the concert. And I've been doing this for a number of years, and I don't know why I started it because sometimes it's very difficult. But I have done meals. The last one was an Iowa music concert, so I did an all Iowa meal with everything that was developed in Iowa. I did one a year ago that was all Greek food. I had never cooked Greek food before, but spent 3 days with.
And you cook it?
We prepare it from. Nothing's prepackaged or anything. Wow. The Greek was a little more difficult, and I have an Amish friend that is a good cook, and she had never cooked Greek before either. But we spent 3 days and prepared a Greek meal.
Wow!
And we had a Greek person in the audience that was very complimentary. Now, that could have been just kind, I don't know. But,
it could have been worse, right?
But we've done food from the American South. We've done one concert that Red Cedar did. They played the oldest known music in the world, which is off of a gravestone in Greece. And so it covered several thousand years. So I picked food from about every 1,000 years for the meal.
Wow.
So it's fun to do, but it's kind of difficult. This time I have more help than usual as on the menu, which isn't completely set yet. But our daughter is married to a doctor who's the head of the VA in Iowa City and all rural VA things in the whole nation.
Wow.
And his father was a Persian immigrant who was a doctor who loved to cook.
Okay.
And so we have head start on some of the things.
So a very a Persian themed.
Yes, they're going to do. Our daughter and son-in-law are going to do some of the food. We're hoping anyway, and it's very, very good.
Good. And and then you have guest artists that are coming in.
The two main performers at Red Cedar are from Iowa City, Carrie Boston and Mira Kim, and they've been at the Opera House a number of times. Red Cedar has appeared at the Opera House more times than any other location.
Okay.
And the two guest artists have also been at Ainsworth. They like coming there because it's a small town. Mm-hmm. And I have worked with both of them before. Jean-Francois Charles is a faculty member in the music department at the University of Iowa. And he started just by coming to concerts at Ainsworth, and then he wanted to perform and has been there several times. He's from France, and he plays a number of instruments. And then his good friend Ramin Rashandel is from Iraq originally. The last time the two of them played, they composed, and it took them a year and a half, I think, composed all new music to the silent film The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Wow.
And that was an hour and a half of solid music.
Wow.
And that silent film came out in 1923. Mm-hmm. So the food I did for that was all food that was introduced in 1923.
So not only do you have to cook, but you did a lot of research.
A lot of research. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups was the one that everybody remembered. But they liked performing there. And the gentleman from Iraq plays the sitar, which is a stringed instrument with a long neck too that sometimes is associated with Indian music. But the music they'll be playing is typical of their country, but it's each of the two guest artists will be performing for the first time some of their compositions that accents their home music in combination with our music here.
Okay. Is this primarily instrumental or instrumental and vocal? Or?
No vocal.
No vocal. All instrumental.
It's all instrumental at this point.
Okay.
But the artists sit with people at the meal, and you're right close to them. This is chamber music. Chamber music meant that it was done in a small place.
Sure.
And we can do small place well. And they like coming here and scheduled this before they scheduled them some of the bigger places.
Right. And did you say that pretty much this is the place they love to play in the United States? They
play a lot of places, but they like this because of the small town feel and how they can actually mingle with their audience.
And if they asked real nice, somebody'd probably take them for a ride in their pickup truck too,
maybe.
Right?
They could play in the back of it.
There you go. There you go. That would be a new experience for everybody. So, so how did this all come together? I mean, you said that this has been happening for a while, or is it an annual event? Is this just kind of when it happens, it happens? When it happens,
it happens. Normally we do one major concert a year with Red Cedar, but this is the second one we're doing this year. It's just that when they can work them in, we have a good following here, and they like that. So,
well, fantastic.
And it's easier to drive in Ainsworth than Iowa City.
The traffic is not quite as heavy.
Not as bad.
Not quite. You might have to wait for a train, depending on which direction you're coming from. Did that strike a nerve right there? Sorry.
We had a concert and a meal several years ago about the Civil War. Had 100 people with reservations, and a train came to Ainsworth, stopped, which it never does, and kept people from coming to the concert. We had 30 people out of 100 reservations.
Oh, no.
And nobody ever had remembered a train stopping and blocking all three entrances to town. So that
sorry, I struck a nerve with that one. Unintentional.
I think that the city got on the railroad so that isn't to happen anymore.
Yeah, well, this is a tangent, I know, but stopping and blocking all of the crossings is
when the
crazy.
Emergency part is on one side and the people on the other side. It's bad.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. That side story there. Interesting. So, okay. So the concert is Saturday, October 11th. It starts at 7 p.m. as I'm reading your flyer here that you have. How about ticket information? Do you need to, how do you go about getting some tickets?
Okay. The meal starts at 6. And to make a reservation, you call my home phone number, 319-653-6250, or just get in touch with me personally. And we'll put your name down. We never take money ahead of time. And people said, well, you can't run a business without taking money ahead of time. We've done it for many years and never had a single mistake.
Right.
So you just pay when you come in, but we kind of need to know if you're coming because it makes a big difference in preparing complicated menus.
Sure.
So 319-653-6250.
Yep.
And
do you have a time that you like
where the concert is on Saturday, we would like to know by Wednesday.
Yeah.
And if you want more specifics on the menu, just call me and I can give you that information.
Okay, fantastic.
Maybe not right now because we're still tracking down some ingredients, but by that Wednesday, I'll know exactly.
Sure. And $25 a head at the Ainsworth Opera House. So, okay. Well, let's take a quick break, and we come back. We'll wrap up whatever we have with this, and then we may explore a different topic or two. We'll see. So, thank you.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
3, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
And welcome back to Washington Community Profiles. We're here today with Mike Zahs, who is promoting this time the Red Cedar Chamber music performance that's coming up on October 11th at the Ainsworth Opera House. And Mr. Zahs, during the break, you were talking about some stories. You have people that come from all over the place to see this event and others that happen at the Brinton's been a big thing too. But for this particular event, you've had people come from all over. And what are some of the things they're saying?
Well, I think we underestimate what we do in Iowa. And I've had people say, well, you don't have an opera house in Ainsworth because they didn't have opera houses in small towns. We had 3 opera houses in Ainsworth.
Really?
Brighton, which was a little bit bigger than us, but not much, had 10.
Wow.
But we have the best audiences in the country, so we could support that. And I know in Brighton, the 10 opera houses, each of them performed the same play, Uncle Tom's Cabin, in the same year. And they said everybody went to every one just to see if they were as bad as the one before. Now, we didn't have that many choices in Ainsworth, but opera houses were entertainment centers. And because they had opera, and Ainsworth has had opera when many opera houses never have, we have had opera. It just shows that you can create an audience with things that they really didn't know that they would like, and they did. So this Red Cedar Chamber music, like I said, has been here many, many times. And the two guest performers like to appear here because they can commingle with the audience, and the audience is very appreciative to what they do. So there will be original music that is from Iraq and original music from France, and both of those incorporate a lot of the traditional music from those two countries. So,
and you were mentioning a specific lady or ladies from
I had
New York and Boston.
A lady from Boston a couple years ago that was just happened to be here, and she said, I live in Boston, Massachusetts, and we could not have an experience like this in Boston. And we have people that have come from New York a number of times, and they say the same thing, that we have great things there, but we could not have a total experience like this there. Mm-hmm. Now, I've not tested to see if that's true, but people really are appreciative of the effort that goes into a total evening experience.
Okay, so just one more reminder on that, at the Ainsworth Opera House on Saturday, October 11th at 7 p.m., but meal starts at 6. And tickets are $25. Call Mr. Zahs at 319-653-6250 to let them know you're coming, so that the food preparation is a little more on track.
And if you have questions about what's on the menu,
right.
It's not going to be bizarre food or anything, but it's going to be food different than most people have had.
Okay, fair enough. So, as I've mentioned once or twice already in the show, you wear many different hats. What other things do you have going on right now?
Well, a big thing is the barn that we moved in February. That's at the Kelowna Historical Society, and that was one of my projects. And
was that in February already?
They moved it in February.
Seems like it was just yesterday almost.
Was donated by the Greiner family. They didn't know that they wanted to keep it, and so I talked to the Kelowna people and talked them into needing it. And and the casino was wonderful and gave us $300,000 to move it. And we kind of figured a schedule, and we're running about a year ahead of that schedule. The roof went on last week. All shingles were made here in Washington, Iowa. Mm-hmm. And the pattern for those shingles, the mold was made in Kelowna, Iowa. So we're trying to get as many things local as possible. So I'll go up after here today, and we'll start cleaning up the things inside the barn. So the barn will be open during the Fall Festival, which is this Friday and Saturday.
Wow, nice. So a year ahead of schedule. That happens rarely.
Almost never.
Almost never. So, well, good for you guys. That's fantastic. And when that barn moved, I know it was a major project, and it affected a lot of folks in a good, well, maybe not good at the time, but good ultimately, right? So
we didn't have any negativity at all. If we needed to trim somebody's tree, they always let us do that. We never had any problems at all. Only one car got mixed up in the procession one time because they didn't look the other way and see a barn was coming.
But I don't know how you missed that, but
we got them off the road. So.
Well, good. Okay, well, that sounds great. Any other projects, upcoming things, or anything else that we want to touch on?
I think the first 2 Sundays of October, I do Sunday afternoon alley tours of Washington, and I don't have that planned yet, so don't ask for details.
Yep.
But I'm working on it, and
fair enough.
And I think you need a mural outside your window.
We 100% do. We have talked about that and just have not done anything.
We'll
with
see
it.
what we can do.
Yeah, for people watching, there's a window in our studio that looks directly onto. I suppose it's a brick wall, but it's covered in concrete, so it's not very appealing to look at out the window.
It's pretty plain.
It's pretty basic. So, well, Mr. Zahs, thank you very much for doing this. Thank you very much for hosting and putting on these events. It makes our little corner of the world just that much better. And it's, even for those that don't attend, I think it's a great event to have here. And so close to home. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for coming in today and letting us know about it.
This is wonderful. We greatly appreciate the exposure and encourage people to ask questions if they want to know.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for Washington Community Profile, and we will be back next week.